Hey, Mr. Rosser here. Today in 3ds Max, we're going to be learning how to use the Lathe Modifier. The Lathe Modifier is a really cool, fun tool. You're going to really like this one because this one lets you create 3D shapes from two-dimensional drawings that you make, and you only have to make one side of the drawing. That may sound a little confusing right now, but that's about to make sense. So the first thing you're going to want to do is I would recommend going to a full screen view. So click on the bottom right of your screen, bring up that full screen view, and you want to use that grid as an assistant to help you draw lines on it that you can tell are nice and straight. So I'm going to use the grid to my advantage by facing it straight towards me like this. So the next thing you want to do is you want to select a line. And so if you go over to your Create panel on the right side, you'll notice my layout's a little different. Most of you have your toolbar across the top. Just to let you know, that's because I'm using a laptop. I don't have as much screen space as you do. Anyway, so you want to come over here to the Create tab on the right. And then you have Geometry, and then there's your Shapes. You want to select Shapes, and you want Line. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the line, I'm going to start drawing half of a vase. So let me draw this, a line down about halfway across that grid. Remember double click to create a new dot, a new vertex. So I'm going to stretch this way out here. And let's bring this one down here like that. And let's bring this one in like that. I suppose that'll work. I'm not the best artist in the world. Right mouse click to cut. So there's my half a vase. Right now it doesn't look like much. It looks like a boring line. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the Modify tab. Select that. Select Line, open up the drop-down, caret, select Vertex. Now you have these lines here, these dots. Select the dots. I'm going to right mouse click on it because this is so jagged, so angular. I want this smoother. So I'm going to right mouse click on that. And if you look on the left side of the selections when you right mouse click, you have some selections that say Bezier corner, smooth. You want to use Bezier. That'll smooth that out. See how that kind of smoothed out that corner a little bit? It's kind of weird. Didn't give me exactly what I wanted, but I don't want to take all day messing with that. So we're going to go ahead and just go to the next section. I'm going to right mouse click on that, select Bezier. See how that rounded out that corner there? Same thing, just like Bezier. Now it's a much rounder look on it. I do want to move this dot over a little bit. Let's move that one over. There, that's not so extreme now. So there's my side of the vase. So what I'm going to do is select Line again. Make sure your line is selected. And then, from the modifier list, go down and select Lathe, L-A-T-H-E. So I'm going to go down here, there it is, Lathe, and boom! Check that out! A vase! Wow, wasn't that amazing? Just from that one side I drew. But that's not quite the shape I want. It's kind of skinny. So what I'm going to do, if you scroll down, where you have Lathe selected, scroll down to your options, go to where it says Align. You have Minimum. Look at that, turn it into like a goblet. Center, which is what you saw. If I hit Max, boom, check that out. There you go. There's the vase that I made. So now I can come over here and I can select my Rotate. I can rotate that thing up, and I now have a vase. If it's too big, if it's too big for what I want, you can come over and find the icon that looks like this. Your Select and Uniform Scale. It's like a square with a square in the corner. If you select in the center, that will keep it from messing with the proportions. If you select the sides, it'll only adjust the sides. So I'm going to go in the middle, hold down my left mouse button, and just shrink that vase right down. So now you can see my vase. It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? So now you could even get more creative with this if you wanted to. And let me bring this down so you can see. And if you come over here to the default shading section, you can select, let's see, edge faces. And now you can see all the grid, the various grids that are on the vase. And you can, if you right mouse click on it and go down to convert to and say editable poly, remember we played with the editable polys. Now these grids are an editable poly, so I can edit the various squares. So now if I select the vase, I have my editable poly selected. And there it is. There's what I'm looking for. You go to selection. You can select various parts. Like I can select, let's select polygon. So I'm selecting each one of these individual squares. And if I wanted to, see there's a polygon selected. I could delete that, and delete that, and delete that, and delete that. And now I've created a hole in my vase. Or I could also grab the edge. This is the edge over here on the right. The one that looks like a triangle. I could select one of these edges. You could select more than one if you hold the control button down. And watch, I can stretch that out. I could do the same thing on the other side if I wanted to. And I can stretch that out. So you can do all kinds of cool, weird things, create all kinds of unique designs. And so go ahead, have fun with this. Create some vases. Maybe try converting your vases into airplanes or spaceships or various cool artistic designs, or just create some really unique vases and pottery and things like that. So have fun with this, and good luck creating.